Hi guys, my name's Chris and today I'm going to give you a quick tutorial overview on how to set up the Innerange Integriti GT Aiphone interface. So obviously to get this going you're going to have your Aiphone GT series apartment intercom and all modules up and running. And hooked in, and all your monitors and door stations going. So that's basically where I'd start before doing anything else. Make sure that all works. And you're going to need your Integriti access control up and running as well. And then the next two components that you're going to need to interface this is going to be an Integriti Unibus 2-port UART board, Unibus board, and you're going to need the Integriti Aiphone GT series interface. I'm not going to go into detail on how to actually physically do the wiring. I'm just going to assume that you've followed the instructions and you've got it physically wired in. So we're just basically going to take a quick look at the programming in the Integriti Pro System Designer, and I'll show you how to essentially get it up and running with your door stations. So I'll just flip this over. Here we go. So here is my Integriti Pro System Designer up and running. I'm going to focus here. There we go. So once your Unibus 2-port UART board is running, in your device list you should see, where's my mouse? Down here, this one's selected. It'll come up as a CO1 UU1 or CO2 UU2. It'll always be UU for Unibus UART. You need to address that board correctly. Just follow the instructions. So to get this running, it needs to be addressed for RS485 operation, and obviously the correct port hooked up as well. Assuming that you've got that stuff up and running okay, it's on to the programming of the interfaces. So you just have to go to, where is it? Let me see. Well, the first thing you have to actually do is create a comms task for this. So under System, Comms Tasks, here are my comms tasks. So I've already created one here called Intercom. So we'll double click on that. So here you basically just give it a label, Intercom, the type, set it as Intercom, mode normal, no backup. Then under connectivity, you need to make it RS232 serial interface and select the right Unibus board. So I've found my Unibus UART, blah blah blah. Serial channel that you're going to be using on that board. Now you need to set your board rate at 9600, data bits at 8 bits, parity odd, and stop bits as 1. Next, your options, select your intercom type as Aiphone, and then under the door and lift options, you just need to drop this little list down here, and this is where you actually add in your door stations and your lift cars. So I'm assuming you've already got your lift cars up and programmed and all working with your swipe card readers and things like that. So you've got a total of 32 door stations that you can hook into this. So under number 1, I've chosen my lift car, my door to unlock, and in this instance I've actually got 2 lift cars in the lobby that when someone rings up they can access either car. But you get 4 lift cars. Let's say if you've got a huge high-rise building that's got 4 cars in the foyer, you can add all 4 in there to de-secure that particular floor when someone rings up. Now under this, you need to get this entrance station ID. And to get this, what you do is you actually have to ring an apartment from the front door station, and this number will actually pop up in the live event log. So you need to use that for that particular station ID. So in the live event log, you'll see something like station 3073, in my case, calling apartment 2750. So those apartment and station IDs aren't actually anything to do with the Aiphone system itself, as far as like dip switch settings or actual physical apartment addressing. It's completely unique to that. So you got to grab all that information from the live event log. So you can see here I've got 2 outdoor stations. The second one is 3074 in my case, and it's going to be operating on lift car 3 at a completely different door. So you just put that information in there. So I'll just collapse the field again. So there we go. So that was under door and lift mapping. So you just expand it. Under number 1, you add your door and your lift cars in here and to unlock and desecure. And then right at the end of this, the only other thing you have to do is your door time and floor time. So this is how long the door is to stay unlocked, whether it be a strike or a mag lock or an automatic door or something like that. You got to give it a time. So in my case, I've just popped the automatic door for 5 seconds. And now the floor time in minutes, that's how long that button in the lift car will be available for, let's say, the pizza delivery man to walk in and press that button and go up to that customer's apartment on that floor. So that's the only thing you have to do in the comms task. And then obviously you just need to activate your comms task. See, mine's active, and then that's all you have to do there. Next, it's on to your apartments. So I've got a whole list of apartments here. So mine obviously range from 201 down to 1403 because I've got 14 floors on my building. Now in the apartments, you just go add new apartment. Let's pick on 201 for an example. The only information that you really have to add in here is the intercom ID. So once again, you've got to get this by ringing it from the front station, and that ID will pop up in the live event log. So that needs to be programmed in every apartment. Every apartment will have a unique identifier. They seem to be chronological. So my first apartment's like 2049 and my last one was like 2990 something. So they did seem to be chronological, so you can work it out after a while if you basically ring the first and the last apartment. And then the other thing you just got to put in is your floor. So in this here, you just expand the list, and here are your lift floors that you've already pre-programmed in your lift cars. So you just select whichever lift floor that intercom is located, and that's basically all you have to do to get it running. I have found there's one little limitation for this. The lift cars need to be sharing a lift floor. If you go ahead and you create, like what I did in the first place, created all individual lift floors for lift cars, because in the apartment you can only choose a single floor, it's across the board. So in essential, you'd only be allowing free access in one lift car. So you need to make sure all your lift cars that are to use this system are to be across the board sharing a floor. They can be different relays, but and different cars, but they have to be the same floor to get that working. So I think that's all it needs to be done really to get it to work. And then yeah, obviously make sure your Aiphone itself is all programmed up and working via the software on the laptop. That's the easy way to program your door stations, and then do an upload using the USB serial interface. And yeah, essentially that's all you need to do. So just just do your comms tasks, create a comms task like we said, start creating your apartments, and you should be good to go. Alright, cheers guys.